So James, how familiar are you with Proposition 8?
I'm pretty familiar. I've heard through the news, done a little bit of research on it. It's a big thing that sort of affects my life and affects the future and that sort of thing. So I was very interested in what's going on. It has affected both positively and negatively the gay civil rights movement.
So what is your stance on Prop 8?
I am against it. I think everyone deserves the right to be married. I think marriage isn't necessarily about one man or one woman. It's about love, and it should be between two people who love each other. And a lot of other financial situations come into it, and I think more or less just the idea of taking away someone's rights to love, to be with someone, to support another person as more than just two people, but as a common bond, is just appalling.
And how do you think that Prop 8 affects the SLU community here?
I think a lot of people assume that because it's in California, it has nothing to do with us, that this doesn't change anything. We're in Missouri, different state, across the country, but I think it has a huge effect on us, both in a positive and negative light. Gives us a reason to move forward and a reason to stand for something and something to fight for, because to be connected, to be a community, we all have to understand, listen to each other, and fight for each other. So that's how I think it pushes SLU forward.
Yeah. So Kristen, how familiar are you with Proposition 8?
I'm not too familiar, but I know it has to do with restricting gay marriage in California.
What is your stance on Prop 8?
Well, since I don't know too much about it, I would say I'm not for or against it, because I think there are other political issues that people should be more concerned about right now.
And how do you think that Prop 8 affects the SLU community?
Well, I know that there is a no hate campaign at SLU, and some of my friends are involved with it, so that's been affecting our campus, but I just don't know too much about the movement.
Yeah. So Matt, how familiar are you with Proposition 8?
Well, I believe it's in the California state legislature defining marriage between a man and a woman.
So you would say you're fairly familiar with it overall?
Fairly, yes.
So what is your stance on Prop 8?
I would be in favor with Prop 8 because I believe that that is the definition of marriage. And so,
what is the definition?
The definition of marriage to me is only between a man and a woman.
Okay. So how do you think that Proposition 8 affects the SLU community?
I think in general it's just kind of brought issues like this to the forefront, and it's created a lot of debate. Sometimes, unfortunately, the exchange of ideas is not always done in a respectful manner. Sometimes it's even done in a hateful way, which I don't support at all. I think that the dignity of each person is very important, and that is something that Rainbow Alliance is trying to uphold, and I fully support them in that. Just because I'm in favor of Proposition 8 doesn't mean that I would devalue a homosexual individual for their personhood. And I don't agree with some of the things that have been going on with the way that the SLU community has responded to some of these ideas that have been brought up by Proposition 8.